All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go. Time to end it. Watch the run, watch the run. Good shot, baby, that's a baby shot. Go. Kill it, push it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw on second down. Rivers. And he completes it to Westbrook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what'll happen? He'll flat out take over this game.
Mike is 59. Mike's at 59.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Looking long for Westbrook. This is caught inside the 15. Give him 30 yards there. Oh, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lambeau is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, zoom. Hurry, hurry. 50's the Mike. Here we go. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, tight. Watch the shot. Hey, alert. Got it.
Mayfield down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Run. Check Mike 50. Hey, echo. Check Mike 50. Not here. Hey.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
180! Watch the pass! Slam! Pistol! Hurry! Motion! Mike 50!
On 3rd down, it's Grant. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. Everyone happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. He's got Harrison left side complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
12 yards there and a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mike 5'9", Check. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watch the safety creep.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Cleveland Farrell able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move them into a 3rd and 13 here. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 39. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Regular. 50.
This is Grant. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, 50, smooth. 50's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
On third down, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Three down. Real. Watch the twist.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Mayfield. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check. Lucky.
Kings.
Now a give, right side. Grant. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Nice hit, boy.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
My 50. Rabbit. Alert 3. Check 31.
To throw, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Mayfield now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They will run with Grant. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Grant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And Elliott puts this one through. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They go back to Grant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Grant. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check three.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Good. 180.
Check.
Up, left. Hurry.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Rivers on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rivers. The open man is Westbrook.
Give me some. Give me some.
Complete to D.E. Westbrook. A gain of 4.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a give, right side. It's Grant. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Bravo! I got one. Watch safety creeping. Hurry.
Check 24.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Come on. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, D-Mike. Get in there. Check. 59. 59.
From the gun, Rivers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rivers looking long for Westbrook. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
3 down. Hey, exit. Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. Hurry. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Mike's 50.
I got you.
Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey, Charlie.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Let's get this.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. First down, Rivers. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he bangs this one through to make it a 13-9 game now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Switch!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers looking long for Westbrook. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either.
And the Jaguar first down.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
From the gun, Rivers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Past the 20. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Rivers got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 10 yards out. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got them down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Go, let's go. Let's go.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Grant, 75 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing again. Rivers on second and 10. Looking long for Westbrook. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hurry!
They'll try the left side. Grant. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27th. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hurry!
We got motion. Back up. Hey, alert. Mike's 50.
Time to go, night.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Shift! Watch the shift! Check the backer. Hurry! Hurry!
Go now!
Now a give, right side. Grant. 34 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Hurry!
On first down, it's Grant. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Kill, kill, kill.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, it's Grant, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check 99, check 99. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll try the left side. Grant. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.